All right, man. Here go King Guru, man. This King Guru, what's happening, y'all? Today I want to talk about my book, How to Hustle and Win: Sex, Money, Murder Edition, because sometimes people ask me like, what gave me the ideas for the books, what inspired me, and stuff like that. Well, that book right there, that's kind of like I call that a self-help book for all kind of peoples in the streets, whoever's actively involved in the streets. I'm talking about people in the gang banging, getting money, living that fast life. You know what I mean? And I know that I'm more than qualified to speak on that based on the fact that I actually lived it and it's documented. You know what I'm saying? State to state, whatever. I did my shit. To talk about that book, really, what inspired me on that book was when I was fighting my murder case. I was fighting my murder case out here in Cali, and one day my son came to visit me. I had a son that was like 12, 13 years old. And I could see in his dress, I could see the way he was dressing was like he was already choosing up. He was already looking for his character, looking for himself. And I could see the questions that he was asking me was related to the game. And when I get back to the cell, I'm thinking, damn, man, chances are a nigga might catch this life sentence, which I eventually did. But I'm thinking, like, I'm not even finna be out there to guide my seed. You know what I mean? So what I did was I put pen to paper. I put pen to paper and I started writing a game book. And it was only what inspired me to was Machiavelli. There was a dude named Machiavelli, Niccolo Machiavelli. He wrote a book about 500-600 years ago to a prince. He was on house arrest and he wrote a prince, and it was a gift for him for his birthday, because back then books were like soup. Only the rich, only the royalties could afford books and things like that. So he wrote the prince as like a game book to this prince. Well, that's how I went and wrote Sex, Money, Murder. You know what I'm saying? How to Hustle and Win is I gave my son the game. And then when I ended up meeting my publisher, he's asking me what manuscripts I got, this and that. Do I got any self-helps? So then I mentioned How to Hustle and Win, and he seen it and fell in love with it. We commercialized it a little bit, this and that, but most of it was authentic game, things that I learned, the lessons that I learned, and the lessons that I wanted to pass on to my son. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people, after reading it, tend to think that book was a little negative, because it was almost like I was teaching game for people that's in the streets. That's exactly what it was, because the way that I figure it is, when you're a certain age and you're trying to find yourself and you're growing up in a certain environment, sometimes people could tell you all the good shit in the world. People could tell you to stay out the game, don't do this, don't do that. You still gonna have to do it. It's like you gotta test the waters. And I already knew that. So I set out to give my son the game to, like, if he did test the waters, that he would survive it, because you out there with hyenas, you out there with piranhas, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be just as dangerous, just as game tight, just as intelligent as the next man, so you don't fall into the pitfalls. And then that book ended up blowing up. It ended up being one of my best sellers, you know what I'm saying? It still is. I recommend it, like, if you know anybody, or you yourself, or anywhere like connected to the game, I recommend you read it, because it has a lot of knowledge, it has a lot of wisdom, and it has a lot of understanding. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check me out, man. How to Hustle and Win: Sex, Money, Murder Edition by King Guru. Check them out at thecellblock.net. Anywhere they sell books, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You know what I mean? It's How to Hustle and Win: Sex, Money, and Murder Edition by King Guru.